Chosen one, this moment is not random. You did not stumble into these words by coincidence, and this stirring in your spirit is not emotional hype. It is recognition. Something ancient within you is responding because this message speaks directly to the architecture of your soul. This is not metaphor. It is not poetic exaggeration. It is sacred design. Long before your name was spoken aloud, before your feet touched the ground of this earth, something intentional was woven into your being. And the reason life has felt intense, slightly offbeat, unusually layered for you is not because you are flawed. It is because you are formed differently. You have sensed it for years. The depth of your thoughts, the weight of your decisions, the way rooms shift when you enter them, the way silence speaks to you louder than noise ever could. Nothing is wrong with you. Something is profoundly right within you. You have lived with an internal awareness that others could not fully name. You have wrestled with feelings of being misunderstood, misread, sometimes even mislabeled. But what others called inconsistency was actually complexity. What they interpreted as instability was sacred layering. Your life has required a different level of discernment because your design carries a different level of responsibility. This message is a call to attention, not panic. A call to alignment, not anxiety. It is an invitation to recognize what has always been there. You are not here by accident. You are not wired randomly. And the tension you've carried is not confusion. It is capacity. Now is the time to become spiritually attentive, to quiet the noise long enough to hear the deeper rhythm forming within you. Because once you understand how you are built, you will stop fighting yourself and start flowing with divine intention. Chosen one, here is the revelation that changes everything. You were born carrying two powers. The first is the power to rise. This is the force that pushes you toward visibility, boldness, movement, and legacy. It is the fire in your bones that refuses to let you stay small. It is the roar that activates atmospheres when you speak. It is the courage that steps forward when others hesitate. This power is expressive. It is catalytic. It builds, shifts, ignites, and commands. When activated correctly, it creates movement not only in your life, but in the lives of others. It is your capacity to lead, to influence, to initiate change. But the second power is equally divine, the power to remain hidden. This is the wind beneath your fire. It is silence, observation, strategy, and restraint. It is the ability to conceal what you carry until the right moment. It is mystery. It is protection. It allows you to gather wisdom without announcing it. It shields your plans from premature exposure. It is the sacred discipline of waiting. Both powers are holy. Both are necessary. And both are part of your calling. But here is the crucial truth. They cannot be used simultaneously. Fire and wind must be directed with precision. If you attempt to roar and retreat at the same time, you create confusion. If you try to be hidden while demanding visibility, you disrupt your rhythm. God did not design you to live split between them. He designed you to choose wisely between them. And that choice is what matures you spiritually. The reason you have felt pulled in opposite directions for so long is because both powers are active within you. One part of you desires to be seen, to step forward, to speak boldly, to claim space unapologetically. Another part instinctively withdraws, guarding what is sacred, protecting what is still forming. Boldness rises, and hesitation answers. Expression calls, and preservation responds. You have mistaken this tension for confusion, but it is confirmation. You are not divided. You are dual-equipped. The struggle has not been about identity. It has been about timing. Spiritual maturity is not about eliminating one side of yourself. It is about discerning which power the moment requires. There are seasons when your voice must break silence and shift atmospheres. There are seasons when your silence must guard what your voice cannot yet reveal. The tension you feel is the training ground of discernment. It teaches you restraint. It sharpens your instincts. It forces you to seek clarity beyond emotion. And every time you choose correctly, you strengthen your alignment. What feels like an internal battle is actually spiritual calibration. You are learning rhythm, when to step forward and when to step back, when to ignite and when to observe. This tension is not dysfunction. It is depth. God never intended both powers to operate at once. He intended you to master timing. Discernment is now your daily discipline. You must wake each day and sense the spiritual climate around you. Is this a moment to rise boldly or a moment to remain hidden strategically? Is this a time to declare or a time to develop quietly? Wisdom must override impulse. Timing must outweigh emotion. There will be days when everything in you wants to react, to defend, to prove, to explain. But not every urge is an instruction. Sometimes restraint is strength. Sometimes delay is direction. The discipline of timing is what separates potential from power. You are learning to feel the difference between ego and assignment, between urgency and obedience, between reaction and revelation. When you choose correctly, doors open without force. When you move prematurely, friction increases. Timing protects you from unnecessary battles and preserves your energy for divine opportunities. This is the art of alignment, and you are mastering it step by step. There were seasons when you activated the wrong power at the wrong time. You spoke when silence was required. You withdrew when boldness was necessary, and the results were frustrating. But there is no shame in those moments. They were not failures. They were formation. Every misstep trained your spiritual reflexes. Every regret sharpened your awareness. You learned the cost of premature exposure. You learned the consequence of unnecessary silence. You discovered how your energy shifts environments. And through those experiences, you gained discernment that cannot be taught in comfort. Mistakes were your mentors. They revealed how your anointing functions. They showed you the weight of your presence. And now, because of those lessons, you are slower to react and quicker to discern. Growth often comes disguised as error, but you have evolved. What once felt like chaos is now clarity. To others, you appear inconsistent, but in heaven's perspective, you are obedient. They see you quiet and assume weakness. They see you bold and assume arrogance. They cannot comprehend the rhythm you move in because they do not carry your design. You were not sent for approval. You were sent for impact. Your assignment is not to be predictable to people. It is to be aligned with God. And alignment does not always look consistent. It looks intentional. Some will only understand one version of you. Some will resist the other. But your responsibility is not to manage their comfort. It is to steward your calling. Your rhythm will confuse those who cannot see spiritually, and that is acceptable. Your validation was never theirs to give. Every correct choice shifts timelines. There are doors that respond only to the rising version of you. There are blessings that appear only when you remain hidden. Destiny is not stumbled into, it is aligned with. When you choose correctly, unseen movements occur. Spiritual landscapes shift. Opportunities recalibrate. What looks like a small internal decision creates massive external change. You are not simply choosing for today. You are shaping tomorrow. And the more aware you become of your dual power, the more precise your alignment becomes. This is how destiny unfolds, not by accident, but by agreement. Divine delays were protection. Silence was instruction. Hidden seasons were preparation. You were being refined before release. Exposure invites opinion. Release carries authority. God was not hiding you to punish you. He was preparing you to sustain what is coming. As awareness increases, pressure increases. Opportunities appear that are almost right. People pull at your energy. Internal nudges conflict. This is not confusion. It is divine strategy training you in discernment. Patience is more dangerous than potential. You no longer need to prove yourself. Assignment matters more than attention. Silent decisions unlock unseen dimensions. Alignment matters more than announcement. Your voice activates. Your vision protects. You shift atmospheres and shield anointing. You are learning the dance between both. You are moving from survival into structure. You outgrow rooms. Disconnections are protection. Some energies cannot hold your frequency. Alignment requires departure. You respond less emotionally. Discernment replaces defensiveness. Strategic silence becomes strength. Not every battle requires your sword. Restraint wins unseen wars. You are layered, not unstable. Calibrated, not behind. Multidimensional, not confused. You are not becoming, you already are. You are the moment. You move from survival to legacy, from proving to embodying, from chasing to attracting, from explanation to presence. The environment now responds to your awareness. Many are gifted. Few are trusted. You carry divine tension without collapsing. Fire in one hand, stillness in the other. Power that does not announce itself is the most disciplined and the most dangerous. You are entrusted with double grace. Your next move carries spiritual weight. Choose with clarity, not fear. Both powers remain available. Only one is correct for this moment. Your awareness has shifted. Now your life will follow. Chosen one, you are built with two powers. And now you know how to choose.